Hi and welcome to module number 4. We are covering knowledge check exercises with understanding that why other answers are not the right answer. So let's go to the first question. It says that due to a company's merger, a data engineer needs to increase their object storage capacity. They are not sure how much storage they will need. They want a highly scalable service that can store unstructured, semi-structured, and structured data. Which service would be the most cost effective to accomplish this task? So the right answer for that one is Amazon S3. The reason is that Amazon S3 is highly scalable, cost effective, and object storage service ideal for unstructured, semi-structured, and structural data. Now try to understand that why other answers are not the right answer. So if we'll read AWS Storage Gateway, it's not a right answer since it's used for hybrid on-premises to cloud storage integration, not native scalable cloud object storage. After that, if we'll read Amazon RDS, this is not the right answer because a relational database service for structured data only, not only for general object storage. And if we look at Amazon Elastic Block Store, that's not the right answer because it provides block storage for EC2 instances, not scalable or cost effective for object storage. So the right answer is Amazon S3. Next question. Question number 2 says that Amazon S3 provides a good solution for which use case? So the right answer in this one is that an internet accessible storage location for video files that an external website can access. It's the right answer because S3 supports static hosting and public access for objects like videos accessible through URLs. Now let's see the wrong answers. The first of all, we have hourly storage of frequently accessed temporary files. It's not the right answer since S3 is not optimized for temporary or constantly updated for data. EBS or EPS would fit better over here. Now, the other answer, which is a data warehouse for business intelligence, is not the right answer because that's Amazon's Redshift, not S3. And if we look at Ledger, that is updated and accessed frequently is not the right answer because S3 isn't designed for frequent updates and DynamoDB or RDS are better. Question number 3 says that a company is interested in using Amazon S3 to host their website instead of traditional web server. Which type of content does Amazon S3 support for static web hosting? So we had to select 3 options. So we are selecting HTML files and image files, and then we are selecting videos and sound files and client-side scripts. The reason for that is that S3 static hosting supports files that run on the user browser. HTML, media, and client-side scripts are included in that. Now, if we look at the other options, for example, dynamic HTML files, it's not the right answers because S3 can't process dynamic content. No backend code execution is possible over there. Then if we look at the database engine, that's not the right answer because databases can't be hosted on S3. It's for static content only, and we are not selecting the server-side scripts because it's not supported on S3. It doesn't run the code, it runs it on the server. Now question number 4 is a company wants to use an S3 bucket to store sensitive data. Which actions can they take to protect their data? So the right answers are using client-side encryption to protect the data in transit before it is sent to Amazon S3. And the other right answer is enabling server-side encryption on S3 bucket before uploading sensitive data. The reason is that the encryption ensures the data confidentiality both before and after uploading it to Amazon S3. Now let's explore the other options. The first available option was uploading unencrypted files to Amazon S3 because Amazon S3 encrypts the files by default. That's wrong answer because S3 does not automatically encrypt unless configured. The other answer is that enabling server-side encryption on S3 bucket after uploading sensitive data. That's not right because encryption must be applied before or during upload, not afterwards. And then the last option, which is over here, saying that using secure file transfer to connect directly to Amazon S3. That's wrong because SFTP isn't used to connect to directly to S3. HTTPS is used for those purposes. Now question number 5, it says that a company must create a common place to store shared files. Which requirements does Amazon S3 support? So the first right answer is recover deleted files, and the other right answer is maintain different versions of files. The reason for that is that S3 versioning enables both file recovery and version maintenance. Now, if we'll go through rest of the answers, the first answer, which is over here, is lock a file so that only one person at a time can edit it. That's wrong because S3 doesn't provide file lock editing control. And if we'll read compare file contents between files, that's wrong because S3 doesn't include comparison functionality. And if we'll read attach comments to files, S3 doesn't store metadata like user comments. Question number 6 says that a customer service team accesses case data daily for up to 30 days. Cases can be reopened and require immediate access for 1 year after they are closed. Reopened cases require 2 days to process. Which solution meets the requirements and is the most cost efficient? So the answer for that is that store case data in S3 standard, use lifecycle policy to move the data into S3 standard, infrequent access, which is S3 standard IA after 30 days. Now the reason for that is that this setup balances cost and accessibility for data used actively for 30 days and infrequently after. Now if we look at the other options, the first available option was that store all case data in S3 standard so that it's available whenever it is needed. It's wrong because it increases cost unnecessarily and for infrequent data access. The other option was to store case data in S3 intelligent tiering to automatically move data between tiers based on access frequency. That's wrong because it's more costly for predictable access patterns like this. And then if we'll read the last option, it says that store case data in S3 standard, use a lifecycle policy to move the data into Amazon S3 Glacier, flexible retrieval after 30 days. That's wrong because Glacier retrieval is too slow for reopened cases. Now we have question number 7, which says that which option takes advantage of edge location in Amazon CloudFront to transfer files over long distances to an S3 bucket. So the right answer for this one is Amazon S3 transfer acceleration. The reason is that it uses Amazon CloudFront edge locations to accelerate long distance file uploads to S3. Now let's explore other options. AWS file transfer family is not the right answer because it's used for managed file transfers like or through SFTP, FTP, not acceleration via edge. Now the other answer was AWS SDKs. They provide API access and they don't use edge acceleration. And if we'll see Amazon S3 REST API, that's not the right option because standard API calls are not used for that. And then no performance optimization is there for distance, etc. Then we have question number 8. A video producer must regularly transfer several video files to Amazon S3. The files range from 100 to 700 MB. The internet connection has been unreliable, causing some uploads to fail. Which solution provides the fastest, most reliable, and most cost-effective way to transfer those files to Amazon S3? So the right answer for that one is Amazon S3 multi-part uploads. The reason is that it splits the files into parts for reliable and efficient transfer, especially over unstable networks. Now we are not selecting AWS Management Console because it's not ideal for large or repeated uploads. It lacks fault tolerance as well. Now if we'll go for Amazon S3 transfer acceleration, that's not the right answer because it optimizes distance speed, not reliability for failed uploads. And we are not selecting AWS transfer family because for protocols based on transfers, SFTP or FTPs, etc., they're not optimized for multi-part uploads handling. Now we have question number 9, which states that which Amazon S3 storage class is designed for backup copies of on-premises data or easily recreatable data. Now the answer for that one is S3 one zone infrequent access. The reason for that is that it's cost effective for recreatable or non-critical data stored in single availability zone. Now for the first option, S3 Glacier instant retrieval is not the right answer, since for archival data that still needs quick retrieval, it would incur really high costs. And then if we'll select the second option like S3 standard infrequent access, which is S3 standard IA, it's not the right answer because it's replicated across multiple availability zones and more expensive than one zone for infrequent access. And if we'll go for the last one for S3 intelligent tiering, it's not the right answer since automatic tiering adds monitoring cost not needed for known low access data. And then we have the last question. A company needs to retain records for regulatory purposes for a 7-year period. These records are rarely accessed once or twice a year. What is the lowest cost storage class for S3? So if we look at the scenario in this one, S3 Glacier Deep Archive is the only right option because it comes with the lowest cost for S3 storage class, ideal for long-term retention for years with rare access. Now if we look at the first option, which is S3 one zone infrequent access, we are not selecting this one because it's designed for short-term or recreatable data, not archival. Then we are not selecting S3 standard infrequent access since it would incur higher cost intended for data accessed occasionally. And then we are not selecting S3 intelligent tiering since it adds monitoring free. That's it for today. All the best.